Hi, this is Amy Olinger again. Today I want to talk about the very first book that changed everything for me. So I'm going to just go back a little bit and explain why I think about things the way I do and view things the way I do with regards to life and the universe and God, who I believe is the universe. And so when I was 15 years old, a friend invited me to church, and I went with her for a while. And during that process, I learned about Jesus. And I fell deeply in love with Jesus and got really into that way of life. And I loved it. And so I had always believed that there was a higher power watching out for me my whole life. And so it made sense to me what I was learning. And it was amazing. I loved it. I was really into that way of life, into like the Christian way of life. So over the years, I have gone back and forth in how I believe and like my understanding of things and how I practice what I believe, how I pray. So I've learned some things that have changed the way I feel about things. But anyways, so 2 years ago, when everything went crazy in my life, I met somebody, and I dated him for a little bit, like 6 months. But we got along really well and we talked a lot. And he was on his own spiritual journey. But he was on the journey of like the frequency, vibration, and energy of the universe. And so I'll go into that more into another video. But basically, he had this different view on spirituality. And so I was having an issue in my mind. I was like, okay, God, I totally believe the Jesus story I've been taught. I mean, I believe it with all my heart. But I also believe in this frequency, energy, vibration of the universe because you can prove it. It's been proven. Like, you can see it. They have ways of showing you that it's true. And I believe it's true. So I'm like, can you please show me how they relate, the Jesus story and everything I'm learning now? Like, was Jesus speaking in these terms that people just didn't understand? And it was amazing because I started getting book after book after book explaining to me what I believe is the answer to my question and explaining just that. So the shortest book that answered my question and the simplest book to understand, which changed every single thing for me, was called The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Shinn. And so this book was written 100 years ago in 1925, about 100 years ago, and nobody would publish the book. So she literally sold her silverware to publish the book, and so she did. And since then, it has sold millions of copies and never been out of print, and inspired, the biggest name that I've heard that it's inspired was Louise Hay, who's a world-renowned spiritual teacher. And so this book changed everything for me because basically it actually went right along the lines with how my mind was working anyways. It refers back to the Bible and Jesus' words, the entire book. And she basically is explaining from her point of view what Jesus was really saying in the Bible. And so it taught me that our words are so powerful. And it says this in the Bible. Everything she says is in the Bible. And so she teaches that our words are so powerful. It can create our reality and it can destroy our reality. Like, it can create the life of our dreams or destroy our life just based on the things that we say and tell ourselves. So basically, she comes from a place of a very metaphysical. She became like a metaphysician. And in her book, she says Jesus was the very best metaphysician. And so metaphysics is basically every ailment in our body comes from something in our mind. Like, maybe we're too resentful, too hateful, too bitter, too judgmental. Like, we don't forgive. So anything that we're doing that is not healthy for us in our mind, if we do it over and over and we think it over and over, it comes out in our body. And so if we basically fix our mind, we can fix our body. So she healed many people. In the book talks about her experiences with her patients. I mean, she was not a doctor. She was a metaphysician. So her clients that would come to her for help, and she would just speak the word and basically speak beauty into whatever they were dealing with. The book is so simple and so beautiful because it makes it renewed my belief in the impossible, that anything we focus on and say and believe can become a reality. So then once you know that, it is so important to guard our thoughts and our mind and our beliefs with everything we have, because they are so powerful. And when we think about things and ruminate on things over and over and over, it takes form in our life. And it even says it in the Bible, by your words you are justified, and by your words you are condemned. Jesus says that. And so I don't have the exact verse, and maybe that's a paraphrase, but basically, so she basically teaches why it's so important to think positively and believe what we want our life to be, not believe what we don't want, because what you focus on expands. So the more you think about what you don't want, the more you're going to have what you don't want. The more you think about what you do want, the more your life will embody what you do want. So that's why I tell myself I'm fully healed of MS. Maybe it hasn't happened in my reality just yet, but I am on that path to being fully healed of MS. And so my track record in my life shows that actually, very recently, pretty much since I learned all these things, is that my beliefs have shaped my reality. And so I lost pretty much everything financial when my life kind of went crazy after my divorce, and my mom died, and then I got scammed for a bunch of money. And I've been building it back little by little, just with my beliefs. And this book also talks about intuition. So basically, I'm going to stop the video soon, but just a really quick thing. So she says, the way you live your life is fearless faith, and it says this in the Bible, non-resistance, so not trying to control it, letting God do it, and love. So that's the way to live life. And that's the way I've been living life. And it's been amazing. She says, if you want to ask the universe for anything, God, the universe, infinite intelligence, whatever anyone calls it, you speak the word. So you say what you need, and then you follow your hunches, because God will, so then you stop. You speak the word and then don't say anything else, just let it go. And then you follow your hunches, because God will guide you through intuition. So I know that God guides me through intuition. And then you dig your ditches. So she uses a story in the book of Kings where the kings had no water for their warriors, their soldiers. And so they went to the prophet Elijah and said, we don't know what to do. Our soldiers are going to die. And he's like, I don't want to cry. It's so sweet. And so he says, I'm sorry, that's embarrassing. But he says, you will see no rain, you will see no clouds, but dig your ditches and just know that the blessing is going to come. And so they did. They saw no proof of anything. But the next morning, their ditches were overflowing with water. And so the stories of the Bible are so beautiful. And I just really love them. But anyways, the point is doing something showing that you believe the blessing is on the way. And so this book, literally, I've been living with no money for many months. And normally I make really good money. So it's really weird that this all happened. But if I had not had all this happen, I would not have been led down this journey, which has changed my whole life. So with regards to everything, even MS, because I have no doubt that I'm going to be just fine. And that's part of having fearless faith. Just knowing that what you're working towards is absolutely possible with the power of God and the universe and your belief. So anyways, I'm sorry for crying. Whenever I say something, whenever I talk about something that touches my heart, I cannot not cry. I just cry. I can't control it. But anyways, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will keep talking about the books I've read of what they've meant to me. and why that pertains to me with MS, my journey with MS. But if please like and subscribe if you find value in these videos, and click the little ding mark and you'll get notifications of the videos, and I will keep doing them. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.